we talked about Liz Trotta last week. She is a Fox News pundit, and she was talking about how women are now given more opportunities in the military to have combat positions. And, you know, she's, of course, against this. She hates feminists. She hates women. She hates herself. So as a result, she got a lot of criticism for what she said about women, right? She said, well, yeah, of course women are being sexually assaulted in the military. Duh, what did they expect, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, she's deciding that it's a good idea to double down on what she said previously. Let's watch.
The political correctness infecting the Pentagon has resulted in silly and dishonest fairy tales about female heroism. Has anyone forgotten the Jessica Lynch story, a PFC captured by the Iraqis and by all accounts, including her own, not mistreated? Yet the Pentagon saw fit to send in the SEALs to rescue her from a hospital in a videotaped operation that seemed headed straight to Hollywood. There are countless other stories of fake heroism or exaggerated prowess in which women are the stars, many of them tailored for the New York Times and its agenda to promote militant feminism, no matter what the truth.
I don't understand why she hates women so much. She must have a penis. Like, honestly, like, these females in the military and their stories of heroism.
Yeah, no, women have, throughout all this, never been brave in the military.
Never?
No, it's never happened. And anytime that you have a story like that, it must have been fabricated by militant feminism. Because, you know, militant feminists run the Pentagon. It's a well-known fact, right? And by the way, Jessica Lynch, first of all, how is that a story of female heroism? The Pentagon, everybody says she was captured. We went to go rescue her. She's not the hero in that story. And Jessica Lynch will be the first person to tell you that.
Right.
She was bothered by a lot of the propaganda around that,
The
right?
problem is the bureaucracy in our military. You know, the bureaucracy is there because we need to save women in the military. It would just be easier if we didn't allow women in the military, we didn't have the bureaucracy, we wouldn't need to save anyone.
No, absolutely right. And furthermore, I know if any administration was militant feminist, it was the Bush-Cheney administration, under which we had the Iraq War and the Jessica Lynch rescue and all the things that she's mentioning here. Because I'll tell you what, man, if you ask Dick Cheney, his number one concern was, how do I help militant feminists?
So Liz Trotta continues. We have one more video for you guys. Let's watch.
The military is not a social services operation or a testing ground for gender wars. It is a fighting machine. Yet male troops are now encumbered with the realities of feminist biology. Women are not as strong as men. Their instincts and reactions in crisis are markedly different. It is a reality the left will not face. Biology is destiny.
So part of that I agree with. Women are not as strong as men. There's nothing wrong with that argument. But making women seem like they're only good for making sandwiches in the kitchen is ridiculous. If you have that kind of mentality, then I don't want to hear your political opinions. Get your ass back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
No, it's a well-known fact that women are not cut out to be pundits on Fox News. Hey, look, biology is destiny, okay? So just get used to it. Now, look, we talked about this the last time we did a Liz Trotta story. She enjoys the fruits of feminist labor while she spits at feminist eyes. And she's paid, she's an Uncle Tom of women. She's paid by Fox News to be a woman who hates other women, right? And to, you know, fight against women's rights, et cetera, et cetera. Now, to be fair though, I do believe that, of course, there is a difference in biology between men and women, and of course, you know, men run faster on average, yada, 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 right? So it's not to deny that. It's to say, okay, now recognizing that there's still a role that women can play in our military. It doesn't mean that they have to be Navy SEALs, and it doesn't mean that we have to lower SEAL Team 6's standards to make sure that women can pass the physical bar for that. No, it doesn't mean any of that. It just means that there are many roles within the military. Why can't a woman be an intelligence officer?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing about Liz Trotta that gets under my skin. I'm not denying that men are biologically stronger than women either, right? But she doesn't even want to recognize the roles that women would be great in the military, right? Because she feels like, I don't know if she feels like some weird sense of guilt that women are now, you know, part of the military in a much more significant way. I don't know what her issue is, right? I mean, the best example is the military in Israel, and that's what we talked about last time. Would you say the military in Israel is weak? Is that what Liz Trotta is saying?
I guess so. I guess she hates Israel.
I agree with her that women are not physically as strong as men, and that's why we no longer arm our soldiers with clubs. We use M16s and Trident-class submarines and Abrams tanks and F-22s. And the bullet fired from a gun that a woman's holding hits just as hard as a bullet fired from a gun that a man is holding. I think this is a ridiculous argument. We use technology to get around limitations of human strength for women as well as men.
Irola for the win. By the way, if you're on a nuclear sub, here's what you have to do to launch the nukes. Hey, I think anybody can do that. Of course,
no, only men are qualified.
There's a whole process, but in the end, you push a button. I read a story of a woman who has eaten nothing but pizza since 1980, I believe.
I saw that story. I didn't believe it, so I didn't read it.
Yeah. Now, I think that there's a good chance it's true. You know why? Because there's 300 million people in the country, right? So you're going to find people who do the craziest things, right? Because it's such a broad range of people. So what Fox News does is they find the crazy people that are the equivalent of the lady who only eats pizza, right? And then they put them on air for their own purpose.
Right.
So how many black guys are there in the country who hate all other black guys and thinks Republicans are right about everything? There's like 7. 4 of them are on Fox News. How many gay guys are in the country who thinks that gays should have no rights? Like 3. 2 of them are on Fox News.
Right.
Right?
No,
How many women exist that hate all other women and should have no rights and they should not be in the military? Like maybe Liz Trotta is it, and so she works on Fox News.
You're totally right about that. And they treat those so-called pundits as like representative of what the population is really like, right? So people watch television and they think like, yeah, militant feminists, they're taking over.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what Roger Ailes hired Liz Trotta to say.